All right, so we're going to continue this theme of how our government is bought off and not really working on behalf of Americans, but on behalf of Israel instead. A group of senators actually threatened the family of the International Criminal Court's chief prosecutor, basically saying that if they issue an arrest warrant against Netanyahu, they're going to go after their family members. Let me just read this letter to you. And this is signed by 12, a dozen senators. They sent this out just last week. They sent this to the Office of the Prosecutor, International Criminal Court, which is at The Hague in the Netherlands. They wrote, "Dear Mr. Khan, we write regarding the reports that the International Criminal Court may be considering issuing international arrest warrants against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other Israeli officials. Such actions are illegitimate and lack legal basis, and if carried out will result in severe sanctions against you and your institution." So they're threatening sanctions on the International Criminal Court. They love the International Criminal Court when they issued the arrest warrant against Vladimir Putin. Now they're going to issue sanctions if they go after Netanyahu. The ICC is attempting to punish Israel for taking legitimate actions of self-defense against the Iranian-backed aggressors. In fact, in your own words, you witnessed scenes of calculated cruelty conducted by Hamas in Israel following the October 7th attacks. These arrest warrants would align the ICC with the largest state sponsor of terrorism and its proxy. To be clear, there is no moral equivalence between Hamas's terrorism and Israel's justified response. The ICC is also investigating Hamas and their actions. So Israel is not the only ones that they're looking at. They're looking at both. But when a crime is committed, you don't say, well, because you are the criminal, this other one can't be the criminal. No, the way the rule of law works is you both might be criminals and we might have to go after both of you. And it depends on the crimes that you've committed. One might be worse than the other. That's besides the point. It doesn't matter if somebody else committed a worse crime than you. Maybe, maybe not, right? I personally, I think Israel's committed worse crimes, but it really is neither here nor there. So they go on to say, the ICC is also prohibited by its charter from proceeding in any case unless the relevant government is unwilling or unable to police themselves. You yourself have said that Israel has trained lawyers who advise commanders and robust system intended to ensure compliance with international humanitarian law. Oh, okay. So you don't need to go through the justice system when you could just, if you could just handle it yourself on the inside, right? I've already, hey, listen, guys, no need to arrest me and take me off to prison. I've already punished myself enough. Trust me. It says issuing arrest warrants for the leaders of Israel would not only be unjustified, it would expose your organization's hypocrisy and double standards. Would it? Or would that be the other way around? It says your office has not issued arrest warrants for Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei or any other Iranian official, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad or any other Syrian official, or Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh or any other Hamas official. Nor have you issued an arrest warrant for the genocidal General Secretary of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping, or any other Chinese official. Again, hey, don't come after me. There's plenty of other guilty people out there for you to go after. Why are you going after me? I only committed one murder. So don't. I mean, this is like how stupid it is. Could you imagine if the cops showed up at your door? Look, I only killed one person. Trust me, they deserved it. Go after the other criminals that are out there. Finally, neither Israel nor the United States are members of the ICC and are therefore outside of your organization's supposed jurisdiction. If you issue a warrant for the arrest of the Israeli leadership, this is where it gets crazy, okay? If you issue a warrant for the arrest of the Israeli leadership, we will interpret this not only as a threat to Israel's sovereignty, but to the sovereignty of the United States. What? What? These are United States senators. They're talking about the prime minister of a foreign country. But this is a threat to the United States if you go after this foreign country's leader. What? Our country demonstrated in the American Service Members Protection Act the lengths to which we will go to protect that sovereignty. The United States will not tolerate politicized attacks by the ICC on our allies. Target Israel, and we will target you. If you move forward with the measures indicated in the report, we will move to end all American support for the ICC, sanction your employees and associates, and bar you and your families from the United States. And get how they end this letter. You have been warned. They literally ended it with that, you have been warned. What in the world insane. The senators that signed this, let me show you the senators that signed this. Mitch McConnell and Tom Cotton are the main guys. Here they are. I also show you how much money they've taken. This is from apactracker.com. They have a tracking service where they tell you all this, all the money that have been taken by politicians. They also show you a lot of politicians who are not bought off by the Israel lobby. And Mitch McConnell, who's taken nearly $2 million from AIPAC, from the Israel lobby, and Tom Cotton, early on in his career, he's just getting started. He's taken $237,000 and hoping to get a lot more. That's clearly what he's doing here. These guys are the ones who pretty much wrote this letter. They sponsored the letter, and then it was signed on by 10 other senators: Marsha Blackburn, Katie Britt, and Ted Budd. Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee has taken $427,000 from AIPAC. Katie Britt has taken $102,000. And Ted Budd has taken $159,000. Here's Kramer, Cruz, and Haggerty. Kramer has taken close to $400,000. Ted Cruz has taken $1.5 million. Bill Haggerty has taken about $124,000. Here's other signatories to this insane letter. You've been warned. Pete Ricketts, he's taken $161,000. And he's up for re-election. A lot of these guys are up for re-election. You can see that this one's up for special election, so he's really hoping for some extra grease from the Israeli lobby. Marco Rubio has taken over $1 million. Rick Scott, $329,000. And last but not least, the signatory Tim Scott, which is particularly important because he may end up being Trump's VP pick. And he has signed on to this threatening letter, and he has taken $378,000 from the Israeli lobby. So they've sent this letter saying a threat to Israel is a threat to the United States. Why don't we just make them the 51st state at this point? What are we doing here? Why are we not? Why are we just pretending at this point that they're a foreign country when they're not? They're just clearly part of the United States, or the United States is part of Israel. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But they actually threaten the family members of the ICC, saying, we'll ban you, and we're going to ban your family members from coming into this country. How dare you if you go after Israel? I hope the ICC ignores them and says, the rule of law is the rule of law, and we will not be threatened. We will not be bullied. We will not cave to your mob-like tactics of trying to bully us and intimidate us into not doing our job. Crimes are crimes, and you don't get to play mob boss. And that's exactly what these senators have done. It's disgusting. And it's, look, they don't do this for anybody. They don't care about American citizens. They don't care about America. They clearly have put Israel first. And we should be asking a lot of questions about that lobby money and figuring out a way to get our country back. I mean, this is just really, really, really absurd. I wanted to show you this article. This is from the BBC. This is the report that's happening, that's causing the alarm, that caused the senators to threaten the ICC. Alarm in Israel at reports of possible ICC legal action over in Gaza. Reports suggest Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu could be among them. The ICC, based in The Hague, has been investigating Israel's actions in the occupied territories for the past 3 years, and more recently, the actions of Hamas as well. It has the power to charge and try individuals for the most serious crimes under international law. It has previously issued arrest warrants for leaders including Russia's Vladimir Putin, Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, and Joseph Kony from Uganda, the warlord. Mr. Netanyahu has called the prospect of senior Israel figures joining the wanted list an outrage of historic proportions, accusing the ICC of attempting to paralyze Israel's ability to defend itself. Look, you could defend yourself. You just can't commit war crimes. You can't commit a genocide. You could defend yourself, but when you start going after little children and saying that fetuses in wombs are guilty, this is crossing the line. It's not defending yourself anymore. You're defending yourself from a 2-year-old because you say that there's no innocent Palestinians, there's no innocent Gazans. Really, we know what the goal is, and that is an ethnic cleansing campaign, a genocide. And yes, you have to be held accountable for that. You don't get a pass. You don't get a pass, ever, for any reason. And I hope that the bullying that the United States tried to impose on these senators did not work. I hope the ICC continues to go forward. And I hope that they do charge Netanyahu with obvious war crimes. All right, we're going to move on with the show. Let's get to our sponsor. Hey guys, thank you for watching this clip from the full Kim Iverson show, which you could catch just by heading to that link down below, KimIversonShow.com. You can watch the full show from what you just watched, or you can catch the full show live Monday through Friday, live streams, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern at KimIversonShow.com. See you then. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Never miss an episode. Never miss a clip. Never miss a segment. Thanks, guys.